Dangerous Assignment, starring Brian Donlevy as Steve Mitchell.
Morning, Commissioner.
Steve?
You know, this better be important. There's a certain redhead who was just dying to go for a long ride in the country today. Now I can't even give her a chance to walk back.
This is important, Steve. Ever hear of the Triangle Airline?
No.
It's an American charter outfit owned by a man named Kovac. They fly cargo across the northern part of South America, from Ecuador to Brazil. The last 10 days, 3 of their planes have disappeared over the jungles, vanished without a trace. Pilots haven't been heard from since.
So a private airline's in trouble. Since when have we been pulling chestnuts out of the fire for outfits like that?
Ordinarily, we wouldn't be interested, but the circumstances accompanying the disappearance of these cargo planes makes it our concern.
What circumstances?
Well, I don't quite know how to tell you, Steve.
Oh, now let's not be bashful, Commissioner. What do you mean?
Flying saucers.
What did you say?
You heard me, flying saucers.
Commissioner, I'm a pretty patient guy. But if you think I'm going down to South America and start looking for flying saucers...
That's just what you are going to do, Steve, and your plane leaves in an hour.
Now, look, don't tell me you're going to give me a Buck Rogers ray gun to shoot 'em down with.
This is no joke, Steve. Look, I don't care whether it's flying saucers or flying dishpans. That area is too close to the Panama Canal for comfort. You'll be met in Ecuador by a man named Drake, the chief pilot of the airlines. He'll fill you in on the background. Well, that's it. You've got your assignment. Good luck.
The National Broadcasting Company is proud to present Dangerous Assignment, starring Brian Donlevy as Steve Mitchell, colorful, two-fisted government agent. At all those places of the world where danger and intrigue walk hand in hand, there you will find Steve Mitchell on another Dangerous Assignment.
Well, this assignment really takes the cake. I've had my share of screw-loose jobs, but flying saucers yet. It's Wednesday night when I get to Ecuador. Drake, the chief pilot of Triangle Airlines, is waiting for me at the airport. He bustles me into the co-pilot seat of one of their cargo ships, and we take off and head east.
It's about a 2-hour hop to Santa Rosa, Mitchell. We should be there about midnight.
What's at Santa Rosa?
One of our fields. Kovac, the owner, is waiting there for you.
You do most of your flying at night around here, Drake, huh?
All of it.
Less turbulence over these mountains.
You a flyer, too?
Oh, now and then.
Too bad you're not looking for a job. If this monkey business keeps up, I'm going to be fresh out of pilots.
Just what has been going on?
You tell me. It's happened 3 times now. Radio flash from the pilot about seeing flying saucers. Then the radio goes dead, and the plane's never heard of again.
You searched the jungle near the route for the planes.
From the air. The country's too rugged for a ground search.
Hey, what was that?
Mitchell, look outside. All those lights.
Yeah. Hey, they look like rings or discs swirling around.
They're right alongside of us.
I'm going to go back aft in the plane. Maybe I can get a better look at them.
Mitchell!
Drake, what is it? What's the matter? Drake! The Drake just grabs at his chest and slumps over. The plane starts into a dive. I jump back into my seat and try to level it out. I remember noticing Drake had been flying a heading of 95 degrees, so I hold it there. By the time I can look outside again, the whirling things are gone. I reach for the radio. D3 calling Santa Rosa Tower. D3 calling Santa Rosa Tower. Over.
Santa Rosa Tower to T3. Go ahead.
D3 to Santa Rosa. This is Steve Mitchell. Keep in touch with me. I've got to bring this bucket of bolts in, and I don't know anything about the route or the field. Over.
Santa Rosa to T3. What happened to Drake, Mitchell? Over.
I'll tell you about it when I get there. Right now, that's what concerns me. Over.
Stay on 95 degrees. If you're on schedule, you'll be over the field in an hour. Your course follows a valley. You'll know it if you get off it all right. There's a high mountain range on each side. Over.
Thanks a lot for the pleasant thought. I'll see you in about an hour. I hope. Over and out. So, for the next hour, I nurse a strange plane between 2 mountain ranges I can't see on a night black enough to play post office. All the while, I'm trying to convince myself I didn't see what I know I did. Drake, is still unconscious, but he stirs a little now and then. Finally, I pick out the lights of Santa Rosa Airfield and manage to bring the ship in okay.
Mitchell?
Yeah?
I'm George, Kovac's nephew.
Yeah?
I was talking to you on the radio.
Oh.
Sure glad you made it okay.
You're glad. Come on, give me a hand with Drake here.
Okay? Hey, he's coming out of it.
Yeah.
Drake. Drake.
What? Oh, my chest.
What happened to you, Drake?
I don't know. Right after we saw those things, I suddenly felt like I'd been kicked in the chest by a mule. That's all I can remember.
But there's not a mark on you.
Yeah, great. Flying saucers aren't enough. Now we've got invisible rays.
Well, why didn't it hit you too, Mitchell?
I don't know. Wait. I just started aft when it happened.
Guess it's a good thing for you did.
Yeah. Come on, Joyce. We'll get Drake taken care of, and then we'll talk to your uncle.
Mr. Mitchell, your description of what you saw during your flight tallies with those the missing pilots radioed in. I tell you frankly, I'm on the ragged edge with this airline. I've lost 3 planes. One more and I'm ruined.
Isn't your line insured, Mr. Kovac?
Why, yes, but this is more than money. It's a matter of prestige.
Look, Uncle Emil, if you'd taken my advice a month ago when the Van Horn Exporting Company wanted to buy you out...
George, for the last time, I'll not tolerate any advice from you as to how to run my affairs.
Sure, you stick your nose in all my affairs, but I'm not supposed to open my mouth where yours are concerned.
If you don't keep a civil tongue in your head...
Look, gentlemen, I don't want to stir up a hornet's nest between you, but what is this Van Horn Exporting Company?
They ship crates of carved wooden statues regularly on our planes. Our largest customer, as a matter of fact. About 2 months ago, they approached me with a substantial offer to buy the line. But just before the trouble started, they notified me that they were withdrawing their offer. Bad business conditions, they said.
Any particular reason why business should be bad?
Oh, there have been rumors about some mysterious revolutionary party organizing lately. That sort of thing always has a bad effect on business in these countries.
I see.
Mitchell, what'll be your first step?
Well, I think I'll pay a visit to the Van Horn Exporting Company in the morning.
Why? You certainly don't think they're involved in this flying saucer deal, do you?
Look, when you don't know where to start, one place is as good as another. Besides, I'm sure the Van Horn Company is a lot closer than Mars.
Yes, sir?
This the office of the Van Horn Exporting Company?
Yes, it is.
Well, I'd like to talk to the boss. Is he around?
Yes, I'm the boss, as you call it.
Huh? You?
I'm Herta Van Horn.
Oh, well, looks like the company is in good hands.
Thank you. What can I do for you, mister?
Mitchell. Steve Mitchell. Your company ships cargo pretty regularly with the Triangle Airlines.
I have been, but if their present trouble continues, I think I will have to make other arrangements. You're down here to investigate that trouble, aren't you?
I don't remember telling you that.
One picks up things here and there.
Yeah, I guess one does. A couple of months ago, you offered to buy the airline, didn't you?
Yes, I did. But that was before the trouble started. Naturally, I'm not interested now.
Well, according to my information, you withdrew your offer just before the trouble started.
I see that you, too, pick up things here and there. Yes, I began to hear rumors about the formation of a revolutionary party. I decided it would be unwise to make a large investment under those conditions.
I see. You know, that's the second time I've heard this rumor about a revolutionary party.
Oh? What about it?
Oh, nothing. Except it seems like a pretty convenient time to start that rumor circulating.
I don't know what you're trying to prove, Steve, but I wish you luck.
Thanks, Herta. Maybe meeting you has been luck.
One never knows. I expect I will see you again.
You expect right, Herta. And soon.
Hi, Mitchell. George told me I'd find you here in the office.
Yeah. Come on in, Drake. How are you feeling today?
Well, a lot better, thanks. My chest still hurts a little.
Hmm.
I'd sure give a lot to know what hit me last night.
So would I.
Doing some paperwork this morning?
Yeah. I've been checking cargo invoices and radio logs. I've discovered a couple of pretty interesting things.
Huh? What?
Look, Each time a plane has disappeared, it's been carrying a shipment from the Van Horn Company.
Well, what does that prove?
I don't know yet. Take a look at this copy of the invoice.
Well, what about it?
How many Van Horn crates are listed there?
Let's see. 6.
Yeah, but isn't that number a little smudged on this copy?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Who handles these invoices on this end?
Well, sometimes Kovac and sometimes George.
How big are those Van Horn crates?
5, 6 feet long. Now, what are you getting at, Mitchell?
I'm not sure yet, but here's something else. According to the radio logs, in each case, the pilot reported sighting the flying saucers about 20 minutes after takeoff.
So?
Now, take a look at this map. 20 minutes out at the course and speed your planes fly should put them right near this mountain.
Yeah, Mount San Anselmo. Look, what are you getting at?
Well,
Look,
suppose those flying saucers came from the ground, Drake. You know?
You tell me you're going into those jungles.
Sure. You know anyone who could guide me?
Seems to me one of those mechanics has a brother named Pavlo, some sort of a guide, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Mitchell, you ought to think this over before you go in.
I have thought it over. Now see if you can round up that guide, will you? I'd like to get started as soon as possible. How far you figure we've come since we left the Jeep, Pablo?
Well, at least 10 miles, senor.
Well, we ought to be getting close to the spot, then. Brother, this jungle is thick. This is the only trail through it, huh?
See.
I can believe it.
Senor, watch out.
Huh? Hey! Why the flying tackle?
Look, senor.
Huh?
Look there in the trail in front of you.
I don't see anything.
Quiet. Look more closely. Hidden by the underbrush on the ground.
Yeah, I see it now. A rope noose spread over the trail.
See, and over there, senor. See the tree which is bent almost double?
Mm-hmm. Another step and we'd have been dangling from that tree like 2 apples. Come on, let's spring that trap. Quick.
But, senor, you...
Look, someone's obviously hiding around here, waiting to catch us dangling from that rope. Let's make him think he succeeded. Here's a dead branch beside the trail. Give me a hand with it.
See.
Got it?
See.
Okay. Stop here.
The trigger is probably under that little pile of leaves, senor.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, we'll toss this branch on top of it and see what happens. You ready?
See.
Let her go. Look at that. The rope jerked that branch right up in the air. Now get down here beside the trail.
Senor, I hear something.
Yeah, so do I. Somebody coming through the underbrush. Okay. Let him get right on top of us, then we'll jump him. Now. Watch it, Pablo. He's got a gun.
Yeah, but I have a machete.
No, hold it. Oh, great.
Did something wrong, senor?
No. He'd have done the same to us if we'd given him a chance. But I wanted to get some information from him.
I will take a look. There is nothing in his pocket, senor, except this scrap of paper.
Let me see it.
See, here you are.
La Posada, 8 o'clock. What's La Posada mean?
That's the name of a bar in Santa Rosa.
Sounds like he had a date. Okay, I'll keep the date for him. Maybe I can find out who's been going all out to kill me.
You are listening to Dangerous Assignment, starring Brian Donlevy in the role of Steve Mitchell.
A few minutes before 8 that night, I'm waiting in the shadows across the street from La Posada Bar. A car pulls up in front. Herta Van Horn is driving. A guy starts to get out, but Herta pulls him back for a minute. There's a long kiss, and he gets out and heads for the bar. Herta pulls away. As he opens the door, the light silhouettes him. It's Kovac's nephew, George. I wait for a few minutes, and then I saunter in after him. Hello, George.
Oh, hi, Mitchell.
Are you surprised to see me?
Should I be?
I don't know. You waiting for somebody, George?
Waiting for a drink right now.
This a favorite hangout of yours?
It's the only decent bar in Santa Rosa.
Mm-hmm.
Look, what's with the third degree, Mitchell?
Oh, nothing in particular. Just curious.
Everybody stay right where you are and keep your hands in sight.
Hey, look at all the soldiers. What's the deal?
Search me.
You're under arrest, all of you. Everyone in this bar is under arrest.
Arrest? Hey, look, who are you?
Lieutenant Gonzalez of the military.
Arrest for what?
Look, Lieutenant.
It will do you no good to argue. You will come quietly or be shot.
Hey, what's going on around this joint?
Oh, Drake. Well, looks like I'm about to get pinched.
What's the beat?
You know this man, Senor Drake?
I certainly do, Lieutenant. Steve Mitchell. He's down here investigating the trouble we've been having on the airline.
You better take a look at my credentials, Lieutenant. Here.
I see. I'm sorry to have disturbed you, Senor Mitchell, but with the situation what it is, we cannot take chances.
What situation?
We have information that this bar is the headquarters for a revolutionary party. That is why we raided the place.
You sure there's more to this revolutionary party than a rumor?
Do you think that the military would act on a mere rumor?
Maybe, if the rumor was convincing enough. Well, I'll see you around, Lieutenant. And Drake, thanks for the assist. Morning, Herta.
Good morning, Steve. What can I do for you?
I'd like to take a look at your shipping invoices for the last couple of weeks, okay?
Yes, of course. Here you are.
Thanks. Yeah, here's the one I want. Now, this shipment was on the last plane that disappeared.
What about it?
This invoice shows 5 crates shipped, but the copy they have at the airfield shows 6.
Well, there must have been a mistake then.
Yeah. Right now, I'm wondering who made it.
Steve, I don't know what you're trying to prove, but I'm beginning to resent your inferences.
Sorry, I didn't know they were showing, Herta. I guess George was right when he said your company couldn't possibly have anything to do with the trouble the line is having.
George?
Yeah, Kovac's nephew.
Oh, well, it was very nice of the men to come to my rescue when I hardly know him.
You hardly know George, huh?
Oh, just to speak to on the street.
I see. Well, I better be getting back to the field.
I'm sorry I cannot help you, Steve.
Thanks, Herta. Maybe you have.
Oh, Mitchell.
Why, hello, Mr. Kovac. On your way to see Herta?
No, looking for you. Have you found out anything at all about these flying saucers and what's behind this thing?
Mr. Kovac, so far I've been just grabbing at handfuls of smoke here and there. But there's enough smoke to mean fire somewhere. You've got a plane going tonight, haven't you?
Yes.
Is there a Van Horn shipment aboard?
That's right.
How many crates?
Why, 5, I believe.
Okay. Just one thing more. Do you have a small plane I could use?
Well, there's a 4-place cabin job at the field.
That's perfect.
Mitchell, what are you going to do?
I'd like you and George to be at the control tower when your cargo plane takes off tonight, Mr. Kovac. I'll tell you what I'm going to do then. That night, I wait in the shadows near the airfield. I spot the plane T-5 loaded and ready. The pilot is in the shack getting his weather report. I slip quietly aboard. The invoice had said 5 Van Horn crates, but I can count 6 of them, all about 6 feet long. I put my ear to the top crate, and I hear what I expect to hear. Then I freeze. Footsteps outside. There's a faint scrape of metal under the belly of the plane. The steps fade away. I get out, crawl under. I take a long look, and a lot of things suddenly fall into place. I head for the control tower. George, Kovac, and Drake are there.
T5 to Santa Rosa Tower, ready to go.
Santa Rosa Tower to T5. Go ahead. Wind 15 at 30 degrees.
Well, Mitchell, now perhaps you'll tell me why you wanted George and myself to be here tonight.
Sure. I want to take you for a ride in your plane.
A ride? Where?
We're going to follow the plane that's just taking off.
What? Now, Mitchell.
What's the matter, Kovac? Doesn't the idea appeal to you?
Well, I'd rather not go, Mitchell. I don't like this idea.
Afraid of what you might see, huh, Kovac?
Of course not.
How about you, George?
Why, I don't know what you're getting at, Mitchell, but it sounds like a lot of nonsense to me.
Drake, you want to go along just for the ride?
Sure. Except I'm not anxious to get hit again by one of those things that hit me the other night.
I think we'll be safe enough. Get the plane warmed up for me, will you? I'll be with you as soon as I make a telephone call.
Aren't you going to radio the pilot that we're following him, Mitchell?
No. You and George just sit back there and keep your eyes on that plane.
I don't see what you're trying to prove, Mitchell.
I think you will in a minute, George. How long since takeoff, Drake?
Oh, about 19, 20 minutes. Want me to take over the controls?
No, thanks.
Mitchell, look at that plane below, all around it.
Circles of whirling light. Mitchell, the flying saucers.
Relax.
T5 to Santa Rosa. T5 to Santa Rosa. It's all around me. Flashing lights and whirling things. Must be the flying saucer.
That was the pilot reporting back. Flying saucers.
Wait a minute. They seem to be coming from the plane itself.
They are. From underneath the plane.
What?
Yeah, from a bracket attached to the belly. They're not flying saucers. They're just a glorified collection of fireworks.
Fireworks? Hey, wait. That plane's turning left.
But how can it fly at all? Something's happened to the pilot. He's the only one aboard.
No, there's another guy aboard. He's probably doing the flying now.
Where'd he come from?
He climbed out of a crate.
Hey, the plane is heading right for that mountain. It's climbing.
We'll climb with it.
Mitchell, what's behind all this?
I don't know. Right now, I'm more interested in who's behind it. Kovac, you said you were pretty heavily insured, didn't you?
Why, yes. What's that got to do with it?
Did you inspect the cargo plane before it took off?
I always do.
You could have attached the fireworks to that bracket under the belly when you made your inspection, couldn't you?
Are you insane? Why would I do a thing like that? Why, George here looked over the plane after I did.
That's interesting. And George usually handles the invoices. He could have altered the number of crates on them.
Look, Mitchell.
Hey, we're right over the mountain now. And that plane is starting to lose altitude. Tell me, George, why did Herta Van Horn lie about the two of you?
Keep your mouth shut, Mitchell.
She said she barely knew you, but when I saw the two of you in our car outside La Posada Bar, your acquaintance seemed to be more than a nodding one.
George, have you been seeing that woman again? I distinctly told you I would not
Okay,
tolerate...
so it's out in the open now. Sure, I've been seeing her, and I intend to keep it up. I can't help it if you don't like her. I do.
We'll discuss this later, George.
Hey, look down there. Some faint lights.
What? There's nothing but jungle there.
Look again. That's a camouflage landing strip, and the cargo plane is landing.
So that's what's been happening to my planes.
What mountain is that we just came over?
El Diablo.
And the landing strip is right behind. Okay, we've seen enough. I'll radio back a report.
Hand me that microphone, Mitchell.
Drake!
Look out, he's got a gun.
I said, hand me that microphone.
Okay, Drake. You know, I kind of got to figuring it was you. As chief pilot, you were in a good spot to alter the invoices and get your stooges aboard the plane in crates.
But why?
Tune the radio to 4150 kilocycles, Mitchell.
Okay. Yeah, you were the only one who knew I was going into the jungle, too, Drake. You arranged a little booby trap for me. You're also a good actor, faking that collapse you pulled on me in the plane.
Shut up and keep tuning.
Okay. You're on 4150 now.
This is Drake. This is Drake. Leave the lights on. We're coming in behind the cargo plane. Stand by to receive some uninvited guests. Okay, Mitchell, go down and land. The first time you try anything smart, you'll get your head blown off.
I set the plane down on the strip. The landing lights flick off, and half a dozen rugged-looking gents swarm out to meet us. Drake huddles with them for a few minutes, and then they haul Kovac, George, and me into a log hut hidden under the trees. They toss us in there and bolt the door. But the door has an inside bolt, too. We shoot it in place. We can't get out, but now they can't get in.
Mitchell! Open the door, Mitchell! Okay, smart boy. You'll come out running when it gets light.
The hours crawl by. We sit and wait and sweat.
What time is it now, Mitchell?
5 a.m.
I can't stand this waiting. What good did it do us to bolt the door from the inside? We can't stay in here forever.
I'm playing for time. I've still got an ace up my sleeve, but we've got to stay alive until dawn to find out if it's any good.
Well, don't look now, but I think Dawn's here.
Huh?
There's a crack of light under the door.
Brother. If something doesn't happen pretty soon, we're cooked. Hey, maybe we are. Do you smell that?
Gasoline.
You'll be coming out pretty soon now, boys.
Mitchell, he set fire to the hut.
Yeah. I guess that's why he was waiting for dawn. He was afraid the fire might be spotted at night.
Is this the ace up your sleeve, Mitchell?
We can't stay here and roast like rats in a trap.
We'll get a bullet in the belly as soon as we open that door.
Couple of keen choices. I'll take my chances with the bullets. Come on, let's get this door unbolted.
But they'll kill us.
I'll take fresh air with mine. Hey, wait a minute. Listen.
A plane.
That's the ace up my sleeve I was talking about.
Sounds like it's coming down. Who is it?
Just before we took off last night, I made a phone call, remember? It was to Lieutenant Gonzalez of the military.
Gonzalez? But how did he know what happened to us after we took off?
We'll go into that later. Let's get out of here. Hey, Gonzalez boys are taking no chances. They want that landing strip clear when they sit down. Come on, George. Let's get this door unbolted.
Okay.
Okay, come on.
Look at him scatter.
Hey, Mitchell, there goes Drake, trying for the jungle.
I'll get him.
Watch out, he's got a gun.
I see it. You can't run and shoot at the same time, Drake. Better make up your mind which.
Okay, I'll shoot, Mitchell.
Too late, Drake.
Let go of me.
He who hesitates is lost, you know.
Mitchell, you okay?
Yeah. How are Gonzalez and his boys doing?
Well, they seem to be mopping up in a hurry. Mitchell, I still don't understand how Gonzalez found out.
Well, when I called him last night, I told him our radio frequency, and I asked him to listen in. Then I kept the mic open the entire time.
Gonzalez overheard everything that was said in our plane, huh?
Yeah, including the location of the landing strip. But I knew he wouldn't try to bring a plane in here before dawn. That's why I was hoping we'd still be alive by then.
But why were Drake and his outfit trying to ruin my airline?
Look, if you're going to operate a secret landing strip, you don't want a regular airline flying through the area. They figured the flying saucer gag would scare you off.
Well, it seems to me this was a pretty big operation for a small revolutionary party in a small country, Mitchell.
You know, I've been thinking that, too. Could be that's all there is to it. But it's not a long hop from here to the Panama Canal. Maybe somebody else had ideas about using this strip eventually. Of course, we'll never know, and anyway, it doesn't matter much now.
Yeah. Speaking of things we'll never know, we didn't prove anything one way or the other about flying saucers in this deal.
We proved something as far as Drake's concerned, though.
What's that?
If you monkey around with fireworks long enough, you're sure to get your nose burned.
Or busted.
You have just heard another episode in the exciting new adventure series, Dangerous Assignment, starring Brian Donlevy in the role of Steve Mitchell. Dangerous Assignment is written by Bob Wright, with music by Bruce Ashley, and was directed tonight by Max Hutto. Be with us again next week at this time when Brian Donlevy, starring as Steve Mitchell, will embark on another Dangerous Assignment. There's more great action-packed entertainment for you throughout the week on NBC. Other mystery adventure programs include such popular shows as Big Town, Dragnet, High Adventure, and Christopher London. Starring as Christopher London, you'll hear Glenn Ford in the swashbuckling role of a romantic, adventurous private investigator. On High Adventure, there's the utmost in thrilling drama to entertain adventure-minded listeners. Dragnet brings you in stark realism cases direct from official police files. And during Big Town, you'll hear crusading editor Steve Wilson fighting crime and viciousness. Join the millions of listeners who each week tune for thrill-packed high-tension drama on NBC, where mystery and adventure join together for top-flight entertainment. Tomorrow, be sure to hear Bob Hope and Fibber McGee on NBC. Dangerous Assignment, starring Brian Donlevy as Steve Mitchell. First, a word from the Ford dealers of America.
Everyone's saying that the 50 Ford is a great car. Listen to what Mr. W. W. Henderson of Pomona, California, one of more than 470,000 owners of new Fords, says.
Last January, I bought a new 1950 Ford six-cylinder two-door. This car is truly a pleasure to drive, and its economy's wonderful. I've driven it about 6,000 miles in city and country, driving an average over 21 miles per gallon. It rides quiet and steers easily, too.
Yes, the owner of a 1950 Ford knows the real meaning of economy. He'll tell you that his big new Ford is low in first cost, inexpensive to maintain, and thrifty to operate. But find out for yourself. Stop at your nearest Ford dealers and get the facts on Ford economy. Then get in the driver's seat and test drive the big new Ford for 50.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Steve,
Well, what part of the world do I head for to get shot at this time?
you've been hounding me for a vacation lately, haven't you?
Sure, but that hound is a barking dog. You never bite.
You've got a vacation coming to you. Go ahead and take it.
Come again?
You heard me. Take your vacation.
Are you kidding?
Of course not. There's just one condition.
I should have known. What is it?
I picked a spot. Alaska.
Alaska. Now, look. If I'm taking a vacation, I'd like to go somewhere and bake in the sun.
Haven't you ever heard of baked Alaska?
Oh, you're in real great form today.
Look, do you want this vacation or don't you?
Do I have a choice?
No.
That's what I thought. Well, you're sure, of course, that it is a vacation.
You know, you're a very suspicious man. Sure, it's a vacation. Of course, there is the matter of the two missing scientists.
Oh, great. My vacation has just turned into a busman's holiday. Okay, let's have it.
Probably nothing to it, really. Just a simple matter.
Sure. Just a simple matter. But somebody will probably have me chained to a sinking iceberg before it's over.
Steve, a week ago, two scientists went to Alaska. The ex-Nazi named Dr. Herman Kreutzer, who's been denazified, we think, and a younger man, a nuclear physicist, Dr. William Peters.
Why'd they go up there?
To conduct experiments on the effect of water temperature on a new theory of submarine detection. They were to be gone 3 months. 2 days ago was Peter's wedding anniversary. He'd promised to call his wife on that day. She didn't hear from him.
Well, a guy forgets to call his wife, so you send me to Alaska?
When Mrs. Peters didn't hear from him, she got worried and flew to Fairbanks. She's there now, waiting to meet you.
You think these two scientists stumbled onto something important up there, huh?
I don't know anything about it, Steve, other than what I've just told you. But I can't help thinking that...
Sure. Now, when you think, I move. Okay, Alaska it is.
Mrs. Peters is at the Waterfield Hotel in Fairbanks. Well, that's it, Steve. You've got your your vacation. Good luck.
You are listening to Dangerous Assignment, starring Brian Donlevy as Steve Mitchell, colorful, two-fisted government agent. At all those places of the world where danger and intrigue walk hand in hand, there you will find Steve Mitchell on another dangerous assignment.
Sure, I've got myself a vacation. A big, fat week. Nothing to do but enjoy myself. Plus, of course, the little matter of locating two missing scientists in an area big as most of Europe put together. Well, it's Wednesday when I get to my destination. Mrs. Peters is waiting for me in her hotel room.
I'm so glad you're here to help, Mr. Mitchell. I've been worried sick. Oh, I know it sounds silly. Call it a premonition or a woman's intuition or whatever you want, but I think something's happened to Bill and Dr. Kreutzer.
Well, it could have slipped his mind.
Bill is a scientist, Mr. Mitchell. He never forgets anything.
I understand he's a nuclear physicist.
That's right.
Seems a little strange that he should come up here with Dr. Kreutzer when the purpose of the trip had nothing to do with his specialty.
He's been working very hard lately. He thought the change would do him good.
How long has your husband known this Dr. Kreutzer?
Ever since Kreutzer came to the United States, shortly after the war.
You know much about Kreutzer?
No, hardly anything. But Bill seemed to take a liking to him right from the first.
He ever talked to you about Kreutzer's political beliefs?
No. As a matter of fact, Bill has always avoided any political discussion.
I see. Well, have you any leads that I can follow?
Yes, this postcard. It's from Bill. Mailed the day you arrived.
From here in Fairbanks?
No, from a place called Cordova. He mentioned staying at a Mrs. Ludwig's boarding house there.
Cordova. Let's see. I've got a map of Alaska here someplace. Pocket? Yeah. Yeah, here we are. Cordova's a town south of here on the coast. Incidentally, take a look at these pictures they gave me in the States. One's your husband and the other's Dr. Kreutzer. Are they reasonably good likenesses?
Yes, they are, Mr. Mitchell.
Well, I'm going to fly down to Cordova and talk to this Mrs. Ludwig at her boarding house, and I'll let you know if I turn up anything there.
Yeah. I come. Yes?
You run this boarding house?
I am Mrs. Ludwig. You want a room?
Well, I want some information about two ex-boarders, Kreutzer and Peters.
Who are you?
Steve Mitchell. I'm a friend of theirs.
Then I want to talk to you, Mr. Mitchell.
Well, that makes it mutual.
Come in. Yes, I want very much to talk to a friend of Kreutzer and Peters.
Why?
Because they skip out of here without paying their bill.
Oh.
Now, if you are a friend of theirs, maybe you pay for it.
Well, how much is it?
Room and board, 3 days for the two of them, $30.
So they only stayed here 3 days, huh?
Yeah, and that is not bad enough for them to skip out without paying. They have to check in at the Atlas Hotel for another day, but they pay over there.
Wait a minute. Let's get this straight.
Yeah.
They leave this boarding house, check in at the Atlas Hotel, and leave again after a day there?
Yeah.
Well, how long ago did they spend this day at the hotel?
3 days ago.
Did they leave any forwarding address there?
No, that I check. The clerk is a friend of mine. But he told me that they leave no address. Now, about this money they owe, you take care of it?
Well, I'll make a deal with you, Mrs. Ludwig. I'll take care of their bill if you can give me any more leads about them.
Leads? What is this leads?
Well, what I mean is...
Woman, I thought you told me you were going to clean up my room this day.
I am. I can't do 2 things at once, Mr. Campbell. I get round to it as soon as I have time.
Well, for the price a man pays here, he's a right to expect a little service.
You don't like it here, you move.
I've a good mind to.
Hey, wait a minute.
Are you addressing me?
Yeah, look, you're a boarder here. Maybe you heard the two guys I'm looking for talking about where they were going.
Without knowing whom you're looking for, I couldn't say.
This is Mr. Mitchell. He says he's a friend of Kreutzer and Peters, the two that skipped out a few days ago.
Mr. Mitchell, I've got no time to indulge in idle gossip. I'm a hard-working lumberman.
Yeah, I figured that without your telling me.
And what do you mean by that?
That pine smell sticks out all over you. But if you could just tell me anything that you might have heard them say...
I've got no information that will help you.
Huh. Nice, friendly guy.
Well, he pays his rent, which is more than your friends did. Now, are you going to pay their bill or not?
Okay. And I'll take a room here, too. Now, is there anyone else who might have information about Kreutzer and Peters?
Mr. Julian used to talk to them now and then. He's another boarder. Runs a shoe repair shop down the street.
Mr. Julian. Okay, I'll check with him.
Just a minute.
Well, you think of something else?
Yeah. If you want a room here, it's cash in advance.
Yes, sir. Be right with you.
Okay.
What can I do for you, sir?
Your name, Julian?
Yeah.
I'm Steve Mitchell. Nice little place you've got here.
Well, thanks, Mr. Mitchell. Yeah, I finally got in the place in pretty good shape.
Yeah. I see you've been doing a little remodeling.
Heavy machinery is hard on these pine floors. I have to put in new flooring every now and then.
You know, the smell from these boards remind me of one Mr. Campbell.
Oh, you know Campbell?
Yeah. I just met him at Mrs. Ludwig's. About as friendly as a clam, isn't he?
Well, he's not what you'd call talkative. Mr. Mitchell, I don't think that you came here either to talk about Mr. Campbell or to have your shoes fixed. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm trying to locate two friends of mine, Kreutzer and Peters. Mrs. Ludwig told me that you'd talked to them a couple of times at the boarding house, and I thought maybe you could help me. Go ahead and wait on your customers. I'm in no hurry.
All right.
Do you sell shoes here?
Only second-hand unclaimed pairs.
You're in the window?
Yeah, help yourself, please. Be right with you in just a minute.
All right.
Mr. Mitchell, are you sure that you're a friend of Kreutzer and Peters?
Yeah. Why?
Because I think I know where you might find your friends.
Where?
I heard them speak of going to see a girl named Christine Beauvais, I think they called her, up in Anchorage. I didn't say anything to Mrs. Ludwig about it because if they want to leave without paying their bill, that's their business. I'm a shoe repair man, not a debt collector.
Christine Beauvais. How long ago was that?
Oh, No, 4 days ago. Yeah, I remember. Because that was the day that we had the scare about the submarine.
What submarine?
Oh, a couple of fishermen sighted what they thought was a periscope close offshore. We've had several reports like that up here lately.
Yeah, we've had them all over lately. Okay, thanks, Julian. I'll see you around. Well, I never thought I'd find a Chinese puzzle in Alaska, but it sure looks like I'm staring one in the face right now. 2 scientists take off for Alaska on a 3-month trip. They skip out of a boarding house in Cordova, check in and out of the Atlas Hotel in the same town, then head for Anchorage to see a girl named Christine Beauvais. At this point, I don't even have a glimmer of what's behind it all, but I do know my next stop is Anchorage. It's dark when I get there, and I look up Christine Beauvais in the phone book and go on over.
Yeah?
Are you Christine Beauvais?
Sure. Come on in.
I'm trying to get a line on a couple of friends of mine.
I know a lot of guys.
Their names are Kreutzer and Peters.
Never heard of them.
Look, they supposedly came here to Anchorage to see you.
I tell you, I don't know them.
Yeah, well, they were talking about coming to see you.
Beat it.
Now, Chris.
I said beat it.
All right. But if you change your mind, I'm staying at Mrs. Ludwig's boarding house in Cordova.
You heard me. Get lost.
Add another piece to the puzzle. Why did Christine lie about knowing Kreutzer and Peters? I go down the street a ways, and I wait. A few minutes later, she comes out and takes off along the boardwalk. I follow. Suddenly, she darts into an alley. I speed up and turn in. It's dark in there, but enough light to tell me that she's disappeared and that it's a blind alley. Then I hear the car behind me. I whirl around. It's just entering the alley, heading for me, and the alley's just wide enough for that car. There's no room left over for me and nowhere to go. I'm trapped.
In a moment, you will hear the second act of Dangerous Assignment after this brief message from the Ford dealers of America.
When you want the facts about a car, it pays to go to the people who know. And this year, the folks who have had a chance to compare the new Ford are saying that it is the finest car Ford has ever turned out. Yes, ask any Ford owner, any garage mechanic, any filling station operator, and you'll soon learn that the beautiful new Ford is tops for comfort, for performance, for safety, and for economy. They'll tell you what a thrill it is to drive this great car. They'll talk about its power and the way it stands up under all kinds of driving conditions. And they'll give you the facts about Ford economy. For this car is low in first cost and high in resale value. It's inexpensive to maintain and thrifty on gas and oil. But see, hear, and feel the difference yourself. Before you buy any car at any price, stop at your local Ford dealers and test drive the big new 1950 Ford.
And now, here is the second act of Dangerous Assignment, starring Brian Donlevy as Steve Mitchell.
The car keeps coming down the alley toward me. It's no use to flatten myself against the wall. Then I spot a side door in the building. Locked. I throw my weight against it. The car's right on top of me now. The door gives. Just in time, the car screeches to a stop. Jams into reverse. Hightails back out of the alley, but not before I've spotted the guy inside. It's the man who came into the shoe shop while I was talking to Julian. So, I'd been followed even then. But why? It's morning when I get back to Mrs. Ludwig's boarding house in Cordova, and she's talking to a tall, skinny gent.
Mr. Mitchell, this is Fred, the boatman. He's got some information about your deadbeat friends.
What is it, Fred?
Well, I make my living renting boats, see?
Uh-huh.
Well, 4 days ago, this Kreutzer and Peters came to me and wanted to rent a boat, see?
Yeah.
They wanted to go fishing, they said. So I rent them a boat, see?
Well, what about it?
Well, that's what I'd like to know. They never bring it back, see? This morning, I find it hung up on a rocky point south of town.
Uh-oh. No sign of the two of them?
Nothing.
No.
So my boat's ruined, see? And nobody to pay for it.
Wait a minute. The day they rented that boat, was that by any chance the day a sub was sighted off the coast?
Why, I'll say, 4 days ago. Yeah, I think it was.
I call him.
Why, what's that got to do with it?
Sure.
That's what I'm wondering. See?
Mr. Mitchell!
Yeah.
Telephone!
For me?
That's what the lady said. Steve Mitchell.
Okay. Hello.
This is Christine Beauvais, Mr. Mitchell.
Christine Beauvais. Well, this is one call I never thought I'd be getting.
I couldn't talk to you at my apartment last night. I was afraid.
Afraid of what?
Someone's been following me.
Oh, is that why you ducked into that alley?
Yeah, I knew they were after me, but I managed to get away from them.
I was almost not so lucky.
Mr. Mitchell, will you meet me at Pete's bar tonight? I want to tell you something about Kreutzer and Peters.
So you do know them?
Of course. When you asked me about it last night, I was afraid you were working with the men who'd been after me. I'll tell you all about it tonight.
Okay. I'll be waiting there at 8. See you then.
Howdy, friend. What's it gonna be?
Brother, I know where you're from. Texas.
Nope. Oklahoma.
Uh-oh.
Just across the line. On a windy day, we could hear them Texans talk, though. Friend, if you think I talk funny, you ought to hear the accent on them Texans.
Yeah?
Your name Mitchell?
Uh-huh.
Some high-stepping fella left you a message.
Oh, what is it?
She wants you to meet her at the cannery.
The cannery. Where's that?
Out on the pier yonder. Can't miss it.
Wonder why she wants me to meet her there.
Friend, I don't ask no one no questions. You want to do your sparkling and canneries? Well, that's your business. But me, son, I'll take it.
Wait a minute. When this filly, as you call her, came in, was a man following her?
Friend, if I hadn't been on duty, I'd have followed her myself. But not to the cannery. Me, I'd have followed...
Yeah. Here. That's for the drink.
Better have a refill, friend. Might kill your sense of smell.
What do you mean?
You get a whiff of the cannery, you know what I mean.
The cannery on the pier is dark. I spot a side door, open it, and the aroma of fish almost knocks me down. Suddenly, a hand closes around my mouth, pulling my head back. A gun jams into my back. Through the fish smell, I can catch a whiff of something else, a familiar smell I can't peg. Then the gun eases a little. There's a flashlight outside, steps along the pier, probably the night watchman. The killer's waiting until he passes. I can't call out. My only chance is to make noise somehow. Then my eye catches a glint of shiny metal, a stack of tin cans near me. I drop to one knee and grab the hand over my mouth. The guy goes flying. The gunman takes off through the darkened cannery. I try to follow, but I bump into every hunk of junk in the place. He gets away. Oh, Christine Beauvais was just a decoy. But again comes the big question. Why? By now I'm tired of asking myself, so I decide to ask the commissioner. Commissioner?
Oh, yes, Steve. I'm glad you called. I've been trying to get in touch with you. What have you got so far?
Well, I thought I had the whole deal figured out, Commissioner, but it just blew up in my face.
What do you mean?
Well, put it together this way. 2 scientists come up here. One of them is an ex-Nazi. Those boys have a reputation of selling out to the highest bidder.
So?
The other's the nuclear physicist who avoids the mention of politics. So they disappear from a rooming house, pop up at a hotel near the waterfront. They check out of that hotel, and somewhere along the line, they rent a boat to go fishing. Now, that boat turns up later, but they don't. And along about this time, there's a submarine sighted off the coast.
Steve.
Yeah, I thought our boys had had a change of heart and decided to leave the country. But what happened a half an hour ago changed my mind.
What do you mean?
Somebody tried to kill me in a cannery. Now, if the scientists had left, the deal would be all over. Then why the attempt on my life?
Now, that's the point, Steve. Kreutzer and Peters haven't left the country. That's why I've been trying to reach you. 3 days ago, they checked into a hotel in Victoria, British Columbia.
What?
They also dipped down to Seattle. At last report, they were heading north again.
Well, they could be collecting information from various points.
And that was my thought. Maybe they're still planning on leaving the country after they've collected the information. If that's true, you've got to stop them.
Yeah, first I've got to find them.
Any leads at all?
Well, I've only got one left. They checked in and out of the Atlas Hotel here in Cordova a few days ago. I'll go over there now. There's just a bare possibility that they may be back.
Where are you now, Steve?
I'm at Mrs. Ludwig's boarding house.
What's the matter?
Somebody just came in the front door. I'll call you back. Well, Mr. Campbell, the lumberman.
Oh, it's the man Mitchell, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the man Mitchell. You out kind of late tonight for a hard-working lumberman, aren't you?
I believe a man has a right to take a walk in the evening if he wants
That
to.
all depends on where he walks. You weren't by any chance taking a walk down near the cannery, were you?
Now, why would I be walking down there?
That's just what I'm wondering.
I'll thank you to mind your own business, Mr. Mitchell.
You know, that's just what I'm trying to do. Well, sweet dreams, Campbell.
Okay, I'm coming. Sick and tired. I'm sleeping, and here rings the bell. What do you want?
Look, a couple of guys stayed here at the Atlas Hotel about 4 days ago. Their names were Kreutzer and Peters. Do you remember them?
Did you haul me out of bed just to ask me about them? All I know is they stayed here a day and then they left.
I know, but there's a chance that they may come back here. Now, I want you to take a look at these pictures. And if you ever see these guys again, there's $20 in it if you let me know right away.
What do you mean? See them again? Let me take a look here. I never seen them guys in picture before in all my life.
What? But this is Kreutzer and Peters.
Yeah? Well, them pictures ain't the guys who registered as Kreutzer and Peters.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, sure, I'm sure.
I see. Well, thanks a lot.
Go on away.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Mitchell.
Julian, you're working a little late tonight, huh?
Yeah. Seems like everybody in Cordova needs new half-soles. Shoes don't last long in this country.
Julian, I want you to take a good look at these pictures I've got.
Oh, sure. What about them?
Are they Kreutzer and Peters?
Of course. Why?
Because the guys who registered as Kreutzer and Peters at the Atlas Hotel weren't, really.
What? But, look, I don't understand. Well, what does that mean?
I think I'm beginning to see part of the answer, but
Mr. Mitchell, what's the matter?
So there I am, standing on the new pine flooring in Julian's shoe shop when the smell hits me again. It's the same one I'd noticed before, when that guy in the cannery had clapped his hand over my mouth. And now at last I've got it pegged. And also at last a lot of things suddenly fall into place.
What's the matter, Mr. Mitchell?
I just had a thought, Julian. Say, you can do me a favor if you will.
Of course. What is it?
What time will you be through here?
Oh, half an hour.
Okay. I want you to go to the boarding house and get Campbell, the lumberman. Get him to go to the cannery with you, and then the two of you wait there for me, will you?
Campbell? Oh, all right, Mr. Mitchell. I don't understand what you're up to, but I'll be glad to help.
I leave Julian's shop, round up a crowbar, shovel, flashlight, and my gun. Then I come back. The shop is dark by now. I go in a window and start ripping up the new pine flooring. A few minutes later, I'm digging in the dirt underneath. Pretty soon, I find what I'm after. 2 bodies. I pull the pictures out of my pocket, and by flashlight, I compare them. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Congratulations, Mr. Mitchell.
Well, hello, Julian. I see you brought your 2 stooges with you.
Yeah. I didn't realize until almost too late that your purpose in sending me to find Campbell was to get me out of your way. However, I returned in time, and I must say it was very considerate of you to dig your own grave.
You will hear the conclusion of Dangerous Assignment after a brief message from the Ford dealers of America.
Tonight, there are more than 470,000 enthusiastic 1950 Ford owners, and most of them are talking about their cars. Listen to what Miss Barbara Sargent of San Francisco says.
I've been wanting a car for a long, long time, so when I decided to buy, I took my time and looked all of them over very carefully. Finally, I chose the new Ford because it was the only car that gave me everything I wanted. It's a beauty, both inside and outside. It's the easiest car to drive I've seen yet, and it gives me the smoothest ride of all the cars I tried. If anyone who is thinking of buying a new car will just drive one of the new Fords, I believe they'll agree with everything I said.
Yes, Ford owners, mechanics, service station attendants, and garage men all over the country agree. The new 1950 Ford is the finest car Ford has ever turned out. They're saying it's tops for performance, for comfort, and for economy. But see, hear, and feel the difference yourself. Stop at your neighborhood Ford dealers and test drive the big new Ford tomorrow.
Well, I guess that makes us even, Julian. I couldn't get you out of the way, but your stooges missed on me when they tried to run me down in Anchorage. How'd you boys enjoy your junket around the country posing as Kreutzer and Peters? Pick up a lot of information from your contacts?
Come on, Julian, let's get this over with. Yeah. Get up out of that hole, Mitchell.
I know the floor covers me from the waist down. I put one hand on it like I'm going to climb out, but I fish the gun out of my pocket with the other. Then I throw a quick shot at the light overhead. I drop back into the hole just in time. I spot the pistol flash and let him have it. Only 2-1 now.
Stop circling, Marcus. Stop circling.
That's bad. If they come at me from 2 different directions at the same time, I'm cooked. I reach down and pick up my flashlight. I snap it on and toss it out on the floor. One of them throws a shot at it. I give him one back. The third guy has had enough. He heads for the door, but as he jerks it open, he's silhouetted. I scramble out of the hole, grab my flashlight, and run to the door. The guy lying there is Julian. Well, the merry-go-round was nice while it lasted, Julian. Only you weren't lucky enough to grab the brass ring. You got a lead slug instead.
I thought I had a good plan.
You did. You know, I thought that submarine was hanging around to pick up some agents. I didn't realize it had landed a couple. You guys had heard about Kreutzer and Peters' trip. You grabbed them right after they got up here and killed them. Then your boys took their papers and started around the country collecting information and reports from your various contacts. That about the way it breaks down, huh?
What went wrong, Mitchell?
You gave yourself away, Julian.
No, I couldn't have.
When you clapped your hand over my mouth down at the cannery, I got a whiff of a very familiar smell, but I couldn't peg it until I was in here talking to you earlier tonight. Then I smelled it again, and it registered. Shoe polish.
Shoe polish?
Yeah. Like most smart boys, you overlooked one little item. In this case, the smell of shoe polish on your hands. Yeah, that's what tripped you up, Julian. Or maybe I should say polished you off.
And now, a special announcement for friends of Dangerous Assignment. Dangerous Assignment will next be heard Wednesday, May 3rd at the same time over most of these NBC stations. That's Wednesday, May 3rd at this same time. You've just heard another episode in the exciting new adventure series, Dangerous Assignment, starring Brian Donlevy in the role of Steve Mitchell. Dangerous Assignment is written by Bob Reif, with music by Bruce Ashley, and is directed by Bill Karn. Be with us again Wednesday, May 3rd at the same time, when Brian Donlevy, starring as Steve Mitchell, will embark on another dangerous assignment. Tomorrow is Tuesday. That means Bob Hope's on NBC.